guys, welcome back to my channel. As the caption would say, today is story time on how I was a victim of a robbery and they stole all of my handbags and watches, accessories, etc, etc. I'm gonna share this story with you guys. It's very sensitive to me, because there's times that I would still, like, I would actually sit there and I would be thinking, or it would be running through my head, the whole situation would just go through my head, and I would be like, you know, it still affects me. It's going to be 5 years in a couple of weeks, so I decided to share it with you guys. I made a post on my Instagram, then versus now, and some of my friends was like, what was that about, because we know you had a bigger collection and stuff like that. So I was like, well, you know, I'm gonna share the story with you guys as to what happened to me. And it's really crazy because it's like it still affects me. So let's get down to the nitty-gritty, darling. So I migrated to the UK in 2012, and believe it or not, like, my luggage was just packed with one or two stuff that I like. Once I got settled, me and my partner at the time, I decided, okay, time to go back home and grab up all my bits. I went to my sister's, grabbed all my stuff, came back. You know, I used to keep my bags in the boxes, and you know, circumstances, situations presented themselves. I end up having to move into a shared accommodation. So for those of you that know, shared accommodation would know, like, you're actually living with different people in different rooms. So at the time, I had a really rough patch in my life. So it was a part of my life where I would say, like, I wouldn't change anything because it kind of made me stronger as a person and made me stronger as an individual as to where I came from to where I'm going to where I'm at now. So I wouldn't change anything of that, and no shame in my game. Like, people might be like, oh my God, you used to live in a shared accommodation. Boo, I had a roof over my head, and that's all that mattered to me at the time. So circumstances, situations presented themselves. I end up moving into a shared accommodation. For those of you who don't know how scary a shared accommodation could actually be, it could be really creepy. Like, it could be from anywhere with living to random people you don't know to living with people you get to know, and it just gets messy. The kitchen is always messy. The bathroom is always messy. Like, nothing is to yourself. Weekends is the worst because everybody's home, everybody's trying to party or have a good time, and the list goes on. So it was just an experience for me that I would say, you know what, it's not my thing. Been there, done that, checked it off my list, and we move. So I moved into this lovely accommodation. The landlord was such a lovely lady. She was amazing. I can't even knock her. She was so helpful. She was hands-on, the best landlord anyone could ask for. There at the time, everybody in their own room. Of course, I had the biggest room and facing the street, and it was just lovely. I have lived there for approximately 3 years before this happened to me. Approximately 2 going on 3 years. So long story short, but obviously I'm gonna make it as short as I can. I used to be really good with one of my roommates. I used to be really good with her. Let's say her name is Annabelle. I used to be so close with Annabelle, whereas to me and Annabelle used to go parties together. I picked outfits out for her. I styled her from head to bottom. She wore Cavalli. You know, I just gave her a little bag to go with, shades, you know, just to make her feel good about herself and look good. Whatever you wanted, fine. We were so close. Me and her mom actually got close to the extent where we would just, you know, be like a little family. And I felt like, wow, this is really good. For me, family is not only related by blood, but also like who you make your family. So we were so close and all of the things. And, it was just one lovely little home. And then, came along the drama where she met this guy and this guy started dating and it so I used to be like, be her support system. And so she used to be mine. So, my friend came to visit and this weekend was so strange because, the weekend before I'd been to Birmingham to party. I visited some friends out there, I just felt like it was, a cool weekend. So her boyfriend saw me and he was dropping comments like, oh, like you living it up. And I'm like, okay, I don't know what you mean by that. But anyways, and one day I heard him speaking French or Creole to someone on the phone. And he was saying to the person that his girlfriend's flatmate, she looks affluent. She's very affluent. And I'm like, what's that about? But obviously I never took anything of it. I just kept moving. So let's go back to what happened that night. On the night of December 14, 2015, it was a Sunday to be exact, and my friend went out and we decided to go to dinner, and we decided to go to West End to take pictures and enjoy London before he leaves in the morning to go back to Amsterdam. So we then went back to my home and we were watching a crime series on CBS, Knives with Wives, so whatever. We were watching crime movies. I am so into crime movies. So after that situation, we watching that and it was a bit scary, whatever. So before that, let me reverse back to this. Everybody that knows me, all my friends or acquaintances, clients, anybody that know me, know that I'm allergic to seafood. So what I find really strange was Annabelle decided to call me and be like, hey girl, where are you? And I'm like, oh, I'm out with my friend, whatever. And she's like, oh, okay, just to let you know that I've left you some salt and pepper prawns. And I'm like, okay, you left me prawns, but you know that I don't eat seafood. Oh yeah, I forgot. How did you forget, sis? You live with me. You know I don't eat prawns. You never made that mistake of offering me seafood because you know I don't eat seafood. And even one of the rules in the house was we don't cook seafood because I'm allergic to it, so we don't want to contaminate any of the things. So how could you leave me salt and pepper prawns in the kitchen? Just didn't add up. So moving on, I got home, showered. My friend packed, getting ready to go airport because we was meant to leave at the house like 5 or 6 in the morning to go to the airport so he could get his flight. So we were preparing to go to bed, and then I heard her car come in. So I looked out the window and I saw that she was with a couple of guys. So I was like, oh, okay. They probably might gonna just talk or have a drink up or whatever. Or it's Monday, but she stays up, whatever. So I never thought anything of it. So she comes upstairs, she knocks on my door. She's like, Kristen. I was like, hi. She's like, yeah, we need to have a house meeting. I was like, a house meeting at this time? Can't we do it tomorrow? She's like, no, we need to have it now because apparently money went missing in the house. And I'm like, okay, and where did the money get missing? So I opened my door and I'm talking to her and I was like, so where did the money go missing? She's like, from my boyfriend's pocket in my room. And I'm like, but girl, nobody goes in your room, first of all. Second of all, your room is always locked. Third of all, when did the money get time to go missing? I was hardly home this weekend. I was out with my friend. We come sleep, get up early. I went to work. From work, he meet me out. We stayed out. We only came back home on Sunday. So how would that have happened? Oh, well, you have a stranger in the house, so maybe it's him. And I'm like, no, he wouldn't do something like that. That doesn't make sense. It doesn't add up. So I think what you guys should do is look properly. Lo and behold, As I'm standing there, I said to her, well, y'all figure it out. So I closed my door. And when I close my door, I feel like a push behind my door again. And lo and behold, it was 3 masked men with balaclavas, tall hair, tall, 6 foot, bulky men saying to me,
"Where's the money?"
And I'm like, what are you talking about? What money are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about. At this time, I'm shitting bricks. Like, I am shitting bricks. Like, I'm telling this story again, and I'm actually could feel my heart pounding in my chest. Like, I'm shitting bricks. So here I am, nervous, worried, stressed, don't know what to do, thinking like, what the hell is this going on? So I'm just thinking, you know what? Dear God, let me just come out of this alive, because this situation could go so left. So after that situation, I'm like, okay, cool. Kristen, remain cool. Do whatever they say. Let them just do what they have to do. So they went to my friend. They started to interrogate him. So after that situation now, the guys start to attack us. They start to tie our hands and feet, bring us downstairs in the living room. So at that time, there was another girl that's living there. Let's say her name is Robin. So they brought Robin and her boyfriend out. So Robin's boyfriend is this 6'3" Nigerian guy sitting there like a child. And I'm like, dude, are you gonna try and like hold these niggas down? Like, it's 3 girls in here. Me, Annabelle, and Jade sitting here. And I'm like, dude, like, can't you do something? So these guys, I said to one of the guys, you know what? I find it really funny that you guys are doing all of this to girls. Like, that's a real bitch move. He goes, oh, you're the mouthy one that I heard about. And I'm like, oh, so you heard about me? Interesting. So come to find out, this is where it gets really saucy. I turned to Annabelle and I said, Annabelle, did you bring them here? She's like, yeah.
They came with my boyfriend.
And I was like, but why are they doing this? Like, it doesn't make sense. She's like, girl,
I don't know. I was
like, girl, did you just set me up?
Oh my God!
And she's like, quiet. And